All right, welcome to Game State Files. Let's get you caught up. So, if you've been anywhere near this fandom this week, you already know the mood isn't excitement, it's nerves. People are canceling pre-orders and arguing about timelines, and the coverage is selling you a trailer while the actual community sounds tired. I want to walk you through all of it today because when I went and read the sources instead of the headlines, almost none of it says what the headlines say it does. Let's start with the only thing here that isn't a rumor. Take-Two reports its first quarter tomorrow, Friday the 7th of August, before the market opens, with a call at 8 in the morning Eastern. According to Alec Bacanfuso, a portfolio manager at Gabelli Funds, quoted in GameSpot off a Seeking Alpha piece, that timing, quote, could be a setup to give investors time to digest a big announcement of some kind before the earnings report. Now, why would the timing tell them anything? Here's the mechanism, because this is the bit that gets skipped. Most companies report after the closing bell, which leaves everybody overnight to read it before they can act. Reporting pre-market does the opposite of that. The release lands hours before the 9:30 open, and management has already talked by 8. So the market has read the thing and heard the executives before regular trading even starts. If you wanted room for an announcement to breathe before anybody traded on it, that's the shape you choose. But here's the number nobody in this niche is saying out loud, and everyone is expecting a pre-order blowout tomorrow. Take-Two has guided this quarter to between $1.32 and $1.37 billion in net bookings. The same quarter last year did $1.42 billion. They have guided the GTA 6 pre-order quarter down year on year, and analyst consensus is sitting at a loss of 21 cents a share on about $1.36 billion in revenue. Quick one on that phrase, because it comes up constantly. Net bookings is the value of what players actually bought during the period. Whether pre-order money for a game that hasn't shipped lands inside that number is genuinely ambiguous, and Take-Two's public definition doesn't spell it out, so I'm giving you that as my reasoning rather than as something the company said. In either way, the quarter closed on the 30th of June while pre-orders opened on the 25th, so there are 5 days of it in there at most. Nick McKay, a research analyst at Freedom Capital Markets, put out a note on this ahead of the call. Quote, "The marketing campaign began this summer, as promised, but remains well below the level that we would have expected for a blockbuster launch." Below the level he expected. The entire fandom is reading a handful of website updates as a marketing blitz, and a man whose actual job is modeling this company says the campaign is running light. He isn't bearish, to be clear. He has Rockstar at around 36% of Take-Two's net bookings this fiscal year, up from about 16% last year, and he's modeling 30 million copies in the first 3 months. On a delay, he says, quote, "We see a low likelihood of the game being delayed again next week, but that minute possibility still exists, in our view." And that brings us to the reason today, the 6th of August, got circled on everyone's calendar in the first place, which is Tom Henderson, the editor-in-chief of Insider Gaming. This is where I'm going to disagree with nearly everybody, and since this whole video is about checking track records, let me do his properly. His hard, source-backed record is Battlefield and Call of Duty, where he had real pre-reveal detail that held up. On Rockstar specifically, it's thinner. Back in January, he said the base edition would land around $80, when a lot of people were saying $100, and Rockstar announced $79.99 in June, so he was right. Although the outlet that reported it framed it as a prediction rather than source-backed reporting. Against that, he has 2 documented Rockstar misses, the Red Dead Redemption remaster that shipped as a port, and a Bully revival that never arrived. So here's what Henderson actually said. On the 5th, in his own words, "No insider info, just that it's prior to their earnings call, and they'd like to flaunt the numbers. No death threats again if it's wrong plus. No insider info." And that's his phrasing rather than my summary of him. He did say he reckons we're getting a trailer on the 6th, and he was explicit it's a prediction with nothing concrete behind that exact date. I want to be clear, this isn't a knock on him, because he's being careful and he's about the only person in this chain who is. The problem is everyone downstream repackaged a guess and sold it to you as a leak, and as I'm recording this, it's the 6th. No trailer, no GTA 6 Newswire post, no fanfare. Here's the number I'd actually hold on to. The most recent post in Rockstar's Newswire, under the Grand Theft Auto 6 category, is still dated the 24th of June, which is the pre-order announcement. That is 43 days ago, and Rockstar hasn't gone quiet in general because they posted on the 4th of August, and it was triple rewards on Red Dead Online, and it doesn't mention GTA 6 anywhere. One prediction, and it's the only one I'm making. There's a routine GTA Online weekly Newswire post due today around 5 in the morning Eastern. It goes up most Thursdays, carrying bonuses and discounts, and it has nothing whatsoever to do with the trailer. You are going to see people hold that post up as evidence something is happening. It won't be. Now, I need to be careful with this next one because you'll see NateTheHate quoted all over this. On the 28th of July, he said he expects a fair bit of GTA 6 next month, and asked directly about delays, he said, quote, "No, GTA 6 will arrive in November as planned. Then on the 1st of August, unprompted, it's August. In due time, we'll get the update people seek." His record is real, and it's Nintendo. He called the Switch 2 reveal for the 16th of January 2025, and Nintendo revealed it that day, and he described the Ocarina of Time project as a remake months before Nintendo confirmed it. He also missed the Star Fox timing badly enough that he publicly stopped giving exact dates. Now, one outlet describes him as the insider, who correctly called GTA 6's pre-order timing. I went looking for that specific calls and couldn't find it anywhere. I'm not telling you it doesn't exist. What I can tell you is that I couldn't stand it up, and I won't repeat a credential I couldn't check, because that is precisely how a track record gets invented, one outlet at a time. Speaking of delays, the scare flying around right now is genuinely something to see because of how it got here. A former Rockstar animator who goes by York and who worked there from 2012 to 2019 said he would not be shocked if the game got delayed another 6 months. That quote was obtained by Covers.com, which is a sports betting site. Indy 100 picked it up from there, then Polymarket's own account posted it, and from there it traveled out to Geo.tv, Notebook Check, and onward into international press under headlines about a former Rockstar developer raising concerns. Every link in that chain is real, and no new information entered at any point along it. A man who left the studio 7 years ago gave an opinion to a gambling site, and it ended up in the international press. Here's my honest take, and I'm just not buying this one as news. Pre-orders have been live since the 25th of June, the preload is dated the 12th of November, launch is the 19th, and Polymarket itself was pricing another delay at 11%. Which brings me to the prediction markets, and a price there is just the crowd's confidence with money attached rather than information. As of yesterday the 5th, Kalshi had a trailer before October at around 91% and before September at around 75%. There's no contract for a trailer by the 8th of August at all, which tells you the people betting real money expect one soon rather than specifically this week. Last one, and I'm refusing this one outright. There's a map sighting going around from the Kortz Center heist update in GTA Online, an in-game artwork with a green shape people are reading as the GTA 6 map. It came from a Reddit user, Jane Bun Fan, and spread through the GTA 6 subreddit. I'm not running it, and this isn't even me being strict. Gaming Bible undercut the thing inside their own article, saying it's more of an Easter egg than marketing, and that GTA Online players are always finding weird shapes and convincing themselves it's GTA 6 map. When the outlet covering a sighting tells you it's probably nothing, that's your answer. I have no inside info here, so the next bit is me speculating, and you can take it as that. If I'm take two, and I've put my call pre-market on a Friday, and a Gabelli portfolio manager reads that as making room for an announcement, then the version that makes sense to me is a marketing beat landing first, with the numbers following behind it. Whether that's this week or later in the month, I genuinely don't know. And anybody telling you they do is guessing with more confidence than I am. So here's the actual calendar, because that's the part that survives whatever does or doesn't happen today. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern, Take-Two reports, guided down to 1.32 to 1.37 billion, against 1.42 billion a year ago. The preload lands on the 12th of November, and the game launches on the 19th. Those are the dates you can hold me to. Everything else on this list is somebody's read, and it stays that way. A Gabelli portfolio manager thinks the pre-market timing might be making room for something. The Freedom Capital analyst thinks the marketing is running light and rates another delay unlikely. Tom Henderson predicted today and told you himself he has no inside info. NateTheHate expects an update this month, and I couldn't verify the track record an outlet handed him. That former Rockstar animator who left in 2019 says a delay wouldn't shock him, and it came to you by way of a betting site. And the map sighting I'm not running at all. But now with all of that, I want to hear from you. Do you think the pre-market timing actually means anything, or are we all pattern matching on nothing? And does a guided down pre-order quarter change how you're reading November? Let me know your take in the comments below. I'll be reading through all of them. And while you're at it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos just like this one. All right, with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching.